Hey guys, Brent Hull Build Show at our shop here on Lipscomb. This used to be where we manufacture, now it's our offices and showroom. Doing some updates. We've got a new tenant going in the other side, a bunch of fun stuff going in here. We had to build a soundproof wall. I'm going to show you that. We made a bunch of improvements. Come join me today on the Build Show. Okay guys, so we're in my shop. Okay, this is the Lipscomb office. My office is over there. Vossel used to work right here. We have leased out this space next to us. It's gonna be this awesome spin studio. Union, Cycle, and Strength. Good friends of mine, Brian and Jennifer, are gonna do this. If you guys know Brian and Jennifer, you know what an awesome thing that they're putting together. Got a weight room area there, we got bathrooms, and then there's a spin studio back here. Now the spin studio, for those spinners out there, for you guys who do that, or you call it spinners, I don't know. We are building 2 width walls, okay? And because spin studios are really loud, they crank the music, they put the earphones on, hey, how's it going? You got a little Garth Brooks mic and everything. So, but they're in there and the music's turned up and there's bikes and they're all yelling and screaming, and I don't want to hear that, right? Because our office is in our conference rooms right there. How do we do that? Well, what we're doing is we're building these STC rated walls. Now STC is sound transmission coefficient. I got printed my sheet out here. Tier 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Now the most soundproof you can do is masonry. Like a 12-inch masonry wall means you can't hear when someone's yelling and screaming on the other side. We've got 14-inch masonry walls on that wall and on this wall. So we've got a really soundproof wall. This is going to be double studded, okay? So there's about a 5-inch gap in between them. We're gonna have 2 pieces of sheetrock, 5/8 sheetrock on either side. That's gonna get us to this STC of a 60 plus. So this is gonna be like a masonry wall because we're building it. They're separated, right? There's a gap between them and they're double-sided on both sides with sheetrock. That should really make it so that it's soundproof in here. The other thing we're doing is so that the floors, is we're building up the floors with an insulated board and then also Advantex going on top of those. So those cycles will be, on basically a soundproof deal, so there's no sound going down, no sound going up, and then no sound on the walls. So we should have a space that you're not going to be able to hear on the other side. Now, there's a connection here, maybe through the offices, maybe there'll be something, but there's a big door that sits right here that swings open and closed that's like 6 inches thick. So that's going to stop a lot of that sound from coming in there. This is really hopefully going to be building out of walls. Now, if you didn't want to do the double thick walls, you could do the broken or staggered wall, and those goes down to like a 55 and a 50 and a 45, depending on the number of layers of sheetrock that you put on it, depending on whether you stagger the walls and exactly how you do that. So you can get to a more soundproof wall just by putting 2 sheets of sheetrock on either side. But staggering the joint, the studs is kind of the next phase, and then this mother of all phases, right? Get into most soundproof, you're actually creating a gap in there. So the other thing we're working on is the front, because we've got a really handsome entry right there. That garage door historically originally wasn't there, okay? We know that because there is an old slide-up door that was on either side of that opening, and this was just an open bay where they would back their trucks in it, because essentially the railroad tracks have been taken out. There was a railroad track that came along here, and we've got doors on that other side which were railway doors. You would open them up and they would drop off the Nabisco biscuits. Remember, this is the old Nabisco company. It was the distribution center. They would drop the biscuits off, they would store them in the warehouse, and then the trucks would take them out. So there was a truck or 2 parked in here each night, and there was no garage here. Sometime later, so this goes back to 21, 22, sometimes in the 50s or 60s is what we think, they put a big garage door, a wood one, and then we changed it to this metal one probably 15 or 20 years ago. Now we're going back with this kind of design. So this is kind of like that old storefront looking thing. We've got actually a classical column over here holding up our entablature. We've got big, huge panes of glass that are gonna open up, so the light is really gonna flood into that space and be really special. I wanted to go with something that looked historical like this, that looked, appropriate to, the history of this building, and so also give them something really unique to look at, really unique to enjoy, so that our entrance is gonna be very different from theirs. So hopefully when people are getting here at 5:30 in the morning, they go to the right door, not the wrong door. So originally those railroad tracks here, in fact, all of these warehouses right along here were all a part of a railroad run where these cars would back up in here. The train car would run right across here. This door would slide open and you would unload the deals. Now, you'll notice that our door's getting a little raggedy here. And so what do they say? The most permanent solution is the temporary fix. That's kind of what these doors were. We were trying to harken back to the original doors. We're actually going to build really sturdy ones now. We're going to build them out of sapele. It's going to look like this, but we're going to have better details inside here, better details that kind of convey that historic look. Done a lot of improvements. We've actually able to put a new roof on top of this building, so there's a TPO roof up there. There is also like 5 inches of insulation, which we've never had. So most of the energy loss went out of this building right through the ceiling. But now, because we put that insulation on top there, we've got a really tight building. I'm telling you, it's late July right now. Historically, what would happen is here, come 4 o'clock on a August afternoon, and we couldn't keep the heat out of this building. It really got hot. Now it's nice and cool in there. That insulation made a big difference, and we feel like we've improved and lengthened the life of this building, made it more energy efficient. All about fixing this thing up and getting it going. All right, a bunch of new stuff on our shop, guys. A bunch of new things that we're doing. The new framing. We've got a new tenant, new entry, new doors, new ceiling, new roof. A bunch of fun stuff. Really improved this building. I'm Brent Hull. Thanks for watching.